Hey everyone, today I got a Pittsburgh motorcycle ATV lift. It's getting to be that time of year where bike's gonna be put up for the season. As you can see here, I already have it lifted up. So far the jack has done a pretty good job. This is the second time that I've used it. I used it a couple of weeks ago and had it resting on there for about a week and a half. And anyways, had to reload the bike on here. So this is a Suzuki C50C 2007. And a lot of people show you the reviews of the jack, but not exactly where to hook up. Here's where I did to mine on the passenger and on both the driver's side. Oh, there we go. It wasn't really kinked, but just in case. So I only ended up using 2 straps and ran it through the loops at the bottom of the stand. Now on the Suzuki here, let's see if we can get a better view. You can kind of see there's a there we go, a little bit of a gap here on the frame where this connects right here. So I got the strap running through right there, so it's a good holding spot. Couldn't really find a better one besides maybe going up a little bit higher up in there, but that would be putting it right through the pipes and stuff. And I didn't want to quite run it through the tires because, I mean, I don't want to scuff up the tires with the strap here. For the driver's side, as I showed you already on the handlebar here, ran it through the bottom ones right here, and I ended up hooking it right there. Very simple jack to use, honestly. This is the second time that I've done it here by myself. So, as I found, there's no real way of measuring the center of balance on the bike. It's kind of just a luck of the draw there. But as you're eyeballing it, you should barely be able to see that bottom lip right here on that side. That lets you know that you've gone pretty much all the way across. Another kind of thing that I used as my guide was the leg stand right here. I kind of lined it up prior to rolling it in and started rolling it in. Now, the Suzuki here sits a little bit low to the ground, so if you have it on the kickstand itself, it's not gonna roll in there. You gotta hold it with one hand while you roll the jack in there with your other. And once you've kind of got it leveled on, kind of give the jack a couple of 3-4 pumps, and that barely lifts the bike. And what I like to do from there is kind of just let it leave it by itself, see what it's going to do. It should stay pretty balanced if you have it right about as I mentioned right there. Jack it up a couple more times, see what it does, kind of shake it a little bit. You should be, if you tilt too much to the back or to the front, you got to reposition the jack. If you're tilting to the back, move the jack a little bit more towards the back. If you're tilting to the front, move the jack a little bit more towards the front. Try to get that center of balance, or that center weight right there. Now the straps, you do not want to put any restraint on the straps while you're lifting. I learned this on the first attempt. You can loosely have them on there, but you have to really have them loose because you're going to be lifting this bike however much you desire to lift it. Me, I only lifted it to the second one because that was more than enough for what I needed to do. Now I'm not going to let it rest on the jack stands and put pressure on the jack, is why I just let it fall onto the second metal slot. Once you get it to where you want it on whichever slot you want to leave it on, if you're going to leave it on for the long term, you slowly start tightening the straps. I would recommend just doing the side that you're on already. Kind of straighten out the wheel a little bit. Loosely but yet snugly at the same time. Strap it down. Now, before you get all excited, go to the other side and start putting a little bit more pressure over there. On the left driver's side though, you can put a little bit more pressure, as long as just keep your wheel straight, you know, if you want to keep the wheel straight for the winter. And, you know, you can come back on the passenger side, put a little bit more pressure if you'd like. Once you kind of got it snugged up in place, and there you go. So far, so good. It's fairly snug on there. Wheels are off the ground. I could have lifted it higher, but for my needs, this is more than enough. So a couple takeaways here. Do not tighten the straps prior to lifting the bike. You will not be able to lift the bike. Or you will, but you run the higher risk of tipping it over because you're putting restraint against the straps here. So do not strap until you've lifted it to your desired height for the most part. But, you know, be checking the balance on there so that you don't tip it one way or the other. Anyways, I hope y'all find this helpful. And if y'all do, let me know if you got more tips or improvements for me. That works as well. Anyways, it seems to be holding up well so far. It's about almost 500-pound bike, so it seems to be doing well. Thanks, everybody.